Generations of Americans grew up not needing to dream about what food would look like in the future. Cartoons, cheesy science fiction, and comic books, all fueled by the nationalistic drive to win the space race, did all the dreaming for us. Meals in pill form, astronaut ice cream, Tang, Dippin' Dots, dinners that could be eaten in front of the TV like a true spaceman. We were given a culinary roadmap to the future that never quite panned out. The only time you see astronaut ice cream anymore is when you pass through the planetarium's gift shop as you're being chased by security. Who are they to say it's illegal to get a hand job during the Bob Marley laser show? Chefs are constantly thinking about the next big culinary innovation of the day, but who out there is dreaming of the innovations we'll need to feed our great-great-grandchildren on the secret planet behind Mars? I'm Brian Gutierrez, and this week on The Feed, we're talking to Michael Wickens, maybe the only guy in the world who can answer that question. We're going to have to rethink the entire concept of nutrition from the ground up. That often means dreaming up fantastical scenarios for where humanity might be in 100, 200, 300 years. Do we still eat beef in a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland where humans have merged with cows? If 2/3 of us are vampires in 90 years, how do we ethically enslave and maximize our dwindling blood supply? This is the kind of stuff I have to think about all day long. Michael is a food futurist. He works for the Hunger Initiative, a government think tank tasked with solving the food problems of the future before they happen. If these scenarios sound ridiculous, it's because they're supposed to be. Every potential problem must be considered and planned for, from mass outbreaks of foodborne illnesses to the sudden arrival of our doppelgangers by way of a transdimensional rift that makes us ask if these redundant versions of ourselves go well with a side of mashed potatoes. I asked Michael which of these out there scenarios is his personal favorite. It would probably be figuring out how to ethically farm a source of animal protein as humanity is colonizing a distant planet teeming with new delicious forms of life. Because in this hypothetical future, people will still want animal meat, but we don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past, correct? Exactly. So what's that plan look like? Well, on this, again, purely hypothetical planet, the best and most abundant form of protein is a large, intelligent, woolly mammoth-type creature called the Calliope. You can make a great meatloaf out of its ovipositor, and deep frying just one of its meaty hind legs can feed a whole Super Bowl party. Oh, so they still have the Super Bowl in the future? No, but there is a day honoring the thousands who died in the final Super Bowl when the military jets doing the national anthem flyby accidentally bombed the stadium. Man, you guys really do think of everything. Now, I noticed you said this big beef machine is intelligent. How so? Somewhat intelligent. I don't want to give the wrong impression here. For instance, they have small cities and an economy, and they make movies, but the movies are pretty bad, so we eat them. You mean you eat them hypothetically, yes? Sure. Right. Michael, it sounds like these creatures have built themselves a small but impressive civilization, and you're proposing we eat them. Yes, but they're cool with it. We've worked out a very fair deal where they allow us to eat 1/3 of their population every year, in exchange for a loose collection of shiny trinkets roughly worth $24. Wow, almost feel bad for these hypothetical beasts. Sounds like they got fleeced. Yeah, well, that's just the kind of deal-making you can expect from Gibney Snorak. Who's Gibney Snorak? Oh, that's the former 128th President of the United States and current Supreme Allied Commander of the United Space Legion. Like the old saying goes, Gibney gets what he wants, even if what he wants is your flesh. Boy, this scenario is very detailed. What are you implying, Brian? Oh, nothing at all. Just that you seem to have put a lot of thought into these scenarios is all. Of course we do. It's our job. It's not like this very specific hypothetical situation isn't at all hypothetical, but is actually a grim vision of humanity's future. Oh, okay. Well, now I'm thinking it is. Well, you're wrong. I am absolutely in no way a human representative of the Calliope Resistance Army who has sent me back in time to prevent the mass slaughter of a highly intelligent, albeit delicious people. Okay, cool. But are you? I am, yes. I knew it. I knew you were from the future from the second you told me you were from the future. Yes, it's true. After the countries of the world united to form a grand galactic empire of peace, innovation, and previously unimagined equality, the government was taken over by the power-hungry Gibney Snorak. Rather than innovate to find new solutions to replace our dwindling food supply, he made us eat a species smart enough to build the very time machine that brought me here today. Whoa. So how are you going to stop him? By destroying his bloodline, of course. Starting with you. No. There has to be some mistake. That's impossible. I've been sterile ever since we tested if Surge soda can cause sterility. It doesn't, but that loose Central Park carriage horse on a Kickinggram page that morning sure did the trick. Huh. So you're positive you're firing blanks? Absolutely. I can't impregnate anything, and believe me, I've tried impregnating a lot of things. You can even ask my wife. She's the woman in the control room making that adorable face she makes when I reveal too much of our personal life on air. Hi, honey. I've seen that glare on the face of many a woman who holds a burning vendetta against a carriage horse. You're telling the truth. But that's impossible. There's no way the Calliope could have gotten this wrong. Well, I don't mean to insult you and your cause, but have you ever thought that maybe there's a reason a hairy elephant species that created time travel was so easily dominated? You ever think maybe they purposely riddled their own meat with alien parasites that could, in time, systematically destroy their masters from within? Of course! Why didn't I see this before? They sent me back in time not to stop one person, but all of them. But why would they send me? What's my role in all of this? I don't know, I can't answer that, but let me ask you. When was the last time you ate Calliope meat? Oh, not since I was a kid, but also just before I left. They make great burger. Oh, God. Oh! You're telling me that the guy whose job it was to make a plan to stop future foodborne illnesses was himself infected with an alien foodborne illness? Must have been a pretty tasty subjugated species. Oh my. Oh, wait. My wife is glaring at me again. Hold on.
No, don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. You say you're a vegetarian, but you've said some pretty genocide-y things about pigs, so let's not get that started up, okay?
Well, we've got some cleaning up to do in the studio. Don't forget to join us next week on the feed when we find out how mad a collective of artisan hand-pressed olive oil makers will be when I tell them about the existence of big machines that do all that work better than they do. You won't want to miss it.
In the meantime, you can follow us on Twitter at InaudibleCast.
And consider becoming a monthly donor over on our network's Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/inaudiblepod. See you all next week. Bye-bye.